Hey everyone, I'm going to give it a second here before I start to speak on what I wanted to speak about. I know it takes time for Facebook Live to kick through and for people to hop on. So, just going to give it a second. You guys can enjoy this little munchkin here while we're waiting for people to hop on. I don't know. Can you say hi? Can you say hi to people? Huh? Can you say hi? Say, Mommy's just waiting for a couple people to hop on. Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself on there? We'll give it like another second and we'll get going, huh? We will get going and talking. Do you see yourself in there, though? Yeah, you do. All right, so I'll get talking here because I don't know how long he'll actually allow me to speak. So, anyways, yesterday I kind of on my Throwback Thursday I brought up the situation or I brought up the question of if people would come on to a live Facebook feed if I had something powerful that I wanted to talk about. And I listen to podcasts. Every single day I listen to podcasts while I'm in my car, while I'm folding laundry. So instead of watching TV or anything, I listen to podcasts because I feel that the more knowledge that I build up on myself, the more that I can learn, and the more I learn, the more I can share with others what I learn. So I just feel like the more I can add value to people's lives, it's just, why not, right? To me, TV is a waste of time. I do watch my football. That's like the only time that I really watch TV is my football season. But we won't go there. So, when I was looking at my Throwback Thursday picture and stuff, it hits me I don't know, it throws me for a loop. Even looking at my before photo and knowing the person who I was before I made this transformation. I was someone who always, I was very negative. I spoke a lot of hurtful words. I had no discipline at all whatsoever. I ate whatever I wanted to. I did whatever I wanted to. I even stuck myself playing, Facebook games instead of spending the time that I could have with my children. Like, that's how much of some people see me now and they have no idea the person who I used to be. And I think it comes down to that word discipline as far as why and how my life changed. So, it's really focusing down to what you want most versus what you want now. And at that time after I had back surgery I was 238 pounds, had the back surgery, and what I wanted most was to build a future for my family and to not be in pain every single day of my life, to not feel like my life matters. It didn't matter. Like I had no purpose. I wanted more to provide for my family, to show them a healthy lifestyle, and to be living for my family. When you go through something major like a surgery like that, I couldn't imagine something happening to me and not knowing what's going to happen with my children. Their dads weren't involved in their life, and I couldn't imagine splitting them up. And so I had to decide to discipline myself and focus on what I wanted most versus what I wanted now. So it wasn't, okay, I'm just going to shove myself with food every single day, or I'm going to get stuck into video games every single day, or I'm going to do this and that, because that's stuff that I did want. And even now, there are a lot of times I'm like, pizza, hot wings, I want that stuff. And yes, I do treat myself, but I have to stay disciplined into what I want most versus what I want now. Because yes, I want that stuff now. I want to indulge myself in those things. But what is it going to do? It's not going to get me close to my goal. It's not showing that healthy lifestyle. So I have to focus and think about what I want most. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, they want to lose weight, or they want to build a stronger marriage, or they want to build a business, or they want to quit smoking. And what happens is we don't stay disciplined to accomplishing those goals that we really, really want. And we lose focus and we lose sight. And you really just have to, it's one step in front of the next, in front of the next. You start with one thing, and once you start finding victory in one area of your life, it becomes easier. And I'm going to say it's by the power of God to find victory in the other areas. I grew stronger into my faith. If you're not in your faith, that's okay. I'm not telling you that you have to be, but to tell you my story and to tell you how I accomplished this stuff, God truly moved in my life. So, I want you guys to pick an area. Maybe you can comment below, or maybe you're just watching this recording. Pick an area for what you want to do most in your life. So maybe you're someone, you want to lose weight, and that's what you want to do. Or you want to build a stronger marriage. That's what you want to do. Like, what do you want most in your life right now? You want to save money, like you want to get out of debt. Those are things that a lot of people want in their life. But in order to accomplish those things, you have to stay disciplined. Because if you don't stay disciplined, what's going to end up happening is you're going to feed into what you want now, and you're going to regret later in life that you didn't stay disciplined in those areas. So, for instance, if you want to, you want to lose weight, what do you have to stay disciplined on? You need to focus and not feed yourself with all the junk. And you're going to have to get up and you're going to have to work out. And you're going to have to stay disciplined in order to accomplish that goal. But you know what the greatest thing about that is? Is that when you stay disciplined, you start to achieve success. And you start to achieve success. And it becomes easier to stay disciplined. It's like a habit. It's like, it's like that gravel road that I've talked about before, like with your mind and everything. You travel on this path, and it leaves these tread marks. And the more that you keep riding on those tread marks, the deeper they embed into your mind. And the harder it is to veer off that path. So it's starting with focusing on one area in your life that you want to stay disciplined in, so that you don't regret the things in your life. Because I don't want to say I hate. It's heartbreaking to see people, they're like, they realize that they didn't spend the amount of time that they wanted to with their family, or they didn't build a strong relationship with their spouse, and they're fighting for their marriage, or they just fed in with everything that they wanted now in their body, all the junk food, all the sugar, all the cravings, that now they're having health issues because of it. Why? Because we didn't stay disciplined. So you have to ride that tractor over and over and over and over and over until those tread marks get so embedded that your mind, that you're staying disciplined. So, and the funny thing is like for me, I was in pain. I was hurting. I was struggling. I was already dealing with pain. And then people will start working out and they're like, oh, I'm so sore. I don't want to feel this way again. And it really comes down to, you're in pain either way. What pain do you want? You have to choose your pain, because you can either experience the pain of staying disciplined towards the goals that you want, or you can choose the pain of regret. Do I really, really want this boat that I really want to get, or do I want to get out of debt? You have to think about what you want most versus what you want now. And I'm going to keep saying that over and over and over again, because that's what I want you guys to understand. It's hard, because for me, I'm a squirrel, and things will pop up and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I have to think, what do I want more? Do I want to get out of debt, or do I want this thing? Do I want to accomplish my weight loss goals and feel healthy and amazing, or do I want this cupcake? Do I want to go and hang out with my friends, or do I want to build a stronger relationship with my spouse? Like, just what do you want most in your life? That's what you have to think about. And if you don't do something about it now, about what you want most, it's going to end up likely being the greatest regret in your life. Bless you. Bless you. And again, bless you. So don't feed into your now. You have to stay strong. And I mean, the only way that I stay strong is through Christ. That's me. You have to find your why. You have to find why you want the thing that you want most. And that's the only way you're going to stay disciplined towards achieving those goals. Like, I'm not going to be a mother who regrets the time that I spent with my children. It's just not going to happen. Why? Because I did that earlier in my transformation. I was not a bad mother, but I can tell you right now, the crap that, I mean, I could have spent more time with them. I could have read more with them. I could have helped them more with this and that. And I'm not going to be that mother to do that. So I'm going to stay disciplined towards my time and be intentional with purpose about what I'm going to do with my time and with them. I'm not going to regret that time with my children. It's just not going to happen. I don't want to be that person. I'm also not going to be a person that leads into actions or temptations or, I really have to watch my words if I get up, if I get upset with my husband or whatever, because I'm not going to be the person who's going to regret losing my spouse over stupid stuff, over temptations, over, other people. I mean, it's out there, right? Like, divorces happen all the time. Relationships break up all the time. Why? Because somebody led into temptations and they didn't stay disciplined. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stay disciplined and faithful to my spouse. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to also be the person who is going to regret or deal with any type of disease that I can prevent because I wanted to shove food in my face, or I didn't want to work out because I was too tired, or all these things that happen. I don't want to regret being that person that is sitting there struggling to walk down the street or struggling, feeling in pain because I wanted to eat these foods now and I wanted to do this. No, as I'm not going to be that person. So I stay disciplined in the areas of my life in order to not regret my future, to not regret the things that I want most for my family and I, to not regret those things. And the way that I do it is because I know that Christ in me is stronger than any of my bad desires that I want. Or, it comes down to this. We all have choices in our life, right? We all have 24 hours in our life. We all have the ability to choose what we want to do in our life. Does that mean that temptations are not going to come up as far as any of the areas, right? Like, we want to spend money, but we want to be out of debt. We want to be faithful to our spouse, but hey, there's a cute guy right there. Or we want to lose weight, but there's a cupcake and pizza and wings and this, and I'm just going to keep doing it. No, temptations are always going to be in our life. It's not going to matter. It's going to come up. You're going to have feelings like this, but you have the choice to lead into them or to stay disciplined and focus on the things that matter and focus on the things that mean more to you. You have that choice. I do it. I stay disciplined, like I said, because Christ in me is stronger than any desire that I have. So make your decision. Choose. You can stay disciplined. You can focus on the pain of staying disciplined or focus on the pain of regretting the decisions that you made in your life. What do you want most? That's a question you have to ask yourself. See you guys.